In this video, I'll be going into detail on how to use the Annotation Checker panel and the Consistency Review panel in Phoenix to review EQ annotations. So here I've opened up a file, and we're in the character configuration with the character, states, and phenotype panels to the left. And I've also opened up the Annotation Checker panel, and you can do that by going up to View, Annotation, and clicking on Annotation Checker. This panel will display messages as you're annotating, messages related to whether the EQ has a problem or if you're missing a component of the EQ. So for example, we'll create an annotation for this first character and state 0. So body shape laterally compressed. The entity is body, and that is a synonym of multicellular organism. And the quality here is laterally compressed. But note, however, we've recorded the entity, and the annotation checker is now telling us that no quality has been entered. So we'll go ahead and complete this annotation, laterally compressed, and that message disappears. So this is a valid EQ as far as the annotation checker is concerned. Other types of messages that you can get will tell you whether the EQ is semantically incorrect, for example. So if we entered a related entity here, anything, say the ant orbital, it now gives us a message that related entities require a relational quality. So what this means is that the quality laterally compressed should not be used with a related entity. So if we delete this, that message will go away. So that's the annotation checker panel. You can also use the Consistency Review panel to review your annotations, and you can open that up by going to View, Annotation, Consistency Review panel, and that'll pop open another panel that you can move over, and I'll close the annotation checker for now. And this panel, we'll hit refresh so that it registers the file. This panel will give you messages for your entire file, so typically you'll use this after you've completed annotations for most of the file. It's a summary report of any issues regarding these annotations. So because we haven't completed this file, it's telling us that every character, the issue is that state is not annotated for every character. But if we were to, let's say, add an annotation for state 0 here, cylindrical, or state 1 that requires an annotation. So we will make that multicellular organism, cylindrical, and then hit the refresh button. It updates to show that, to remove that message, so character 1 is annotated. And again, this can show you different types of messages. If we were to change the quality here to fused with, for example, and hit the refresh button, it'll tell us that a relational quality has been used without a related entity. So we need a related entity here, and we can just make up something again. Antorbital cartilage, hit refresh, and that warning message goes away. So that's a quick overview of how to use the annotation review panel and the consistency review panels in Phoenix.